Hearty welcome to the chat with Champ Show. Eagerly waiting to see who is the champion for the day. The champion for the day is a wonderful person, and he has full of energy and energy, par excellence, looking forward for serving the society at large at a very young age without an expectation. Karmanne Vadika Raste has been his main mool mantra. Let action be thy duty and reward be not thy concern. For the champion for the day, the quote is, it is not those who lack energy or refrain from action, but those who work without expectation or reward attain the goal of meditation. So here we have Gopal Raithatha, the champion for the day. Hearty welcome, Gopal, to the Chat with Champ show.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for this
Wonderful.
wonderful opportunity.
When I met you, I was full of, yeah, I could see the full of energy in you. You are full of overflowing energy. The person with, 360-degree energy flowing from every angle. And we thought you are the apt person, you are the apt champion to share your knowledge to all the champions who are watching today. So here is welcoming you to the Chat with Champ show. We are welcoming you with our Chat with Champ clap.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
At a very young age, with bubbling enthusiasm, Gopal, I could see maybe the energy booster. Though we were trying to use this word energy booster during COVID-19 time, but you are an individual par excellence with energy booster. Keep giving energy to people. It's not easy to get inspired, get motivated, and inspire many. And you have a big bandwidth of volunteers who help. You are from Thakur Ramnarayan College of Arts and Commerce, and wonderful, in fact, to see all the work that you are doing. What is your source
Yes,
of
sir.
inspiration? From where do you draw the inspiration, Gopal?
Basically, sir, it is all like we all are full of energy, and we want, in some or the other way, consciously, subconsciously, we are just exerting this energy out in a way. So, being a wild child, I used to do stuffs that those were not meant to be, like mischievous things and all. So, gradually, while going around, being an empath, I realized the pain of the society and stuffs. So, I started connecting myself to the people around me. So, when I used to do that, I got a like idea of something. This energy can be utilized in a better way. So while learning to organize my own energy, I learned to take people with me, organize their energy, channelize in a way which is productive for the society. So that's a summarized way to describe how things went around with me.
पावर पैक्ड जो बोलते हैं ना, तो गोपाल इज अ पावर पैक पर्सन. तो but you would have got this inspiration, ये जो awakening, how did that awakening of
Yeah.
social service come to Gopal?
So basically, it was like a thing which was conspired by universe in a way. So I was going through a rough patch of my life, and that is when I came across these three things at the same time. So I was reading this book, Bhagavad Gita. I was reading this book, The Alchemist, at the same time. Like I read those two books in 2 days. So in the morning, I used to read that Bhagavad Gita up to the evening. Continuously non-stop. Yani khana pina, it was just like that 15-20 minutes ka break. Again, I got so involved. Even I don't know that how I got so involved. I was not a book person then, but how I got so involved, I don't even remember the state of mind I was in. So that was a combination that I read Bhagavad Gita at the same time I read The Alchemist.
Wow.
So it was a double kind of a thing which was going, I was feeding my mind with. And the third thing that I came was the Shiva trilogy. That was the three part of book. I completed those books in like 3 days, like 3 to 4 days, I guess. Yani almost each book a day. So I used to just read it continuously. So, and with that focus, and uske upar se I had this Bhagavad Gita, I had Alchemist, I had Shiva trilogy. So then, things started going around in a way. So I got this a different kind of perception developed in my mind. And I had this daily ritual of waking up at 3:34 in the morning. So when I used to wake up, I used to go for a walk in nature. So like national park was near my place, so I used to go every morning 5 to 7:38 in the national park. I used to spend there. I used to just sit there, like observing the nature, like 15-20 minutes, half an hour ka meditation, and I used to just sit there observing the nature and all. And whatever thoughts used to come to my mind, I used to write those thoughts down. So gradually, even I didn't realize how those things, came up. And I got an opportunity in my college. I had a beautiful platform of NSS. The management was way too supportive. And with the help of all these things, I was at the right place at the right time with right kind of energy and perception. So it was all like a conspiracy to bring things at a single place, and I made it. So I met you. I never thought of meeting you at such a like place where we were sitting on the bench where the packaging was going on. So it was unexpected. The same way I met people, I got opportunities, and I made the most of it. And it was all like about serving people. It was all like more than serving people. It was like doing what is needed. So it was not people. It was not any expectation. It was just doing what is needed. So that is what I fed my mind with subconsciously. Now I'm practicing it consciously.
Great. I think Gopal, you said it right. Very happy to know that book reading inspires people, and not only book reading, early riser. So you have these wonderful qualities of reading, rising very early, and also writing down the points which what you read. So I think this is a combination. We should say not a deadly combination, but a good combination, where you are putting it in practice whatever you have read. In fact, these three wonderful books, the thoughts that it gave you, and then you are getting immersed into that and going on a walk with the nature and understanding what you read and then write penning it down. I think this
Right.
speaks of a great yogi. I can see a great yogi in Gopal. So hats off to you, Gopal. Did that yogic thing strike your mind anytime, Gopal?
Yeah, that was the core of my like you could say awakening. That was the core of everything. So I had a lifestyle where I used to wake up at 12 in the afternoon. From there I switched to waking up at 3:30 in the morning. There was a time when I used to sleep at 3:30 in late night. So from there I switched it there. And this was somewhere around like the yogic perception, as you say. And even in the yogic, what we say is union. Yoga means union. So I realized this fact of union of mind, body and soul. So to align this, as you said, early riser and writing these things down helps a lot. So yes,
Great.
it could be said.
So I'm not going in depth, but what we saw in action is very important. Where you were in the forefront, managing food meals for millions of people during this pandemic. You were there. All
Hmm.
these things, of course, the inspiration that you had and your seva and your very nature of passion filled. You are filled with passion where you want to do, you want to serve, where your recognition is of no importance, name is of no importance. You are part of the society. I think it's very rare to find a person like you, Gopal, and hats off to you. I salute you for, in this chat with Cham for the wonderful work that you have done. Gopal, of course, you have done the projects that in a varied way. We would like to understand how this supply chain, the one such program which we all witnessed, a gala one, which can say it was a Mahakumbh Mela that happened recently of serving the dabbawalas, which was not,
Yeah.
people are thinking of serving. You thought of serving the providing food to the food giver or the food supply chain. So how did you manage? In fact,
Yeah.
it's a management lesson to be learned. How do you do that? How did you do the Dabawala program?
Basically, the soul of any successful like event or any successful activity is the team. You need a good team. So fortunately I had a good team, and the most important part is backup team, like the people who are supporting you. If they support you, they trust you completely even after your mistakes. I have made some mistakes, but there are people who are still with me. There are people who support me no matter what I do. So they have this faith in me that this guy would manage stuffs. So that trust was the first most important factor. With team you need a squad. There is a difference between a team and a squad. In team you have the best performing players and they give the best of themselves, but in a squad you have people who may fall sometime, who may have their own breakdowns and stuffs, but you stay with them. And it's more like a family, it's more like a bond. As you have seen in cricket or in any sports, you see, the if the player is not performing well, he is like taken down for the game or so. But in a war, if the soldier is down, his squads make sure that he is taken to a safe place and he is being like taken care of. So that's the difference between a team and a squad, and you need both of them for a perfect show. That's what I would say. And as you said that I have done something which is phenomenal, but there are people who have been doing way lot things more than me in an unexpected way. But only blessings I have is that I have people like you. I have people who are supporting me in a way. So I'm getting this small kind of appreciation in platforms. But there are people who are performing way beyond expectations. So yes, the
True,
team
true,
always remains
true.
the most
Yeah,
important part. Team
you're
always
a
remains the
true,
most
true.
important part.
True warrior we could see, Gopal, in you. And you fought the COVID-19. Of course, the war is still continues. There are still there. In
Yeah.
fact, to the viewers who are watching, they should Google out and see the food being provided to the dabawalas. Dabawalas are known, are the world-class supply chain management, where even the UK
Yes.
and other countries come and learn from from India. And they were left with no food, and to think of them was also a great thing that you have done along with your college and team. You are known for, of course, trust building was one
Yes.
thing which you spoke about. Team building. So you're a good team spirit builder, team builder to keep team, at all time and making the, to keep up the enthusiasm at all level. So how do you manage this teamwork?
Uh, Basically, sir, the first part of team is knowing your team well. So you should know ki which person has what kind of qualities. So figuring out the qualities in them, then bonding with them is very important. If you don't connect with them, you won't be able to work with them. So connecting with them, so building this bond, which is more like a family and less like a group of volunteers. So that was the first part that plays a most important role in anything. After that, setting up the like targets and schedule kind of thing for yourself, not for the team. This is to be done, so you give your 100%, and when you are part of the program, people with you will support you no matter what. So there have been instances where people just make the roster and stuffs and they say this is to be done. That is where most of the unsuccessful things, that's the loophole in that. So if you start doing it yourself, then team is going to come with you.
I know, yeah. So I think there were great lessons which we would have read about. Leader getting into the field, automatically others follow. So you are there, and automatically you could attract people. So you are a magnet. You are a magnet where people say, "जहाँ गोपाल है, हम आपके साथ हैं." So I think kudos to you for this.
it, it could be something other way around. जहाँ people है, Gopal वहाँ जाएगा. It'll just be a medium. So where people are, I'll be there. I'll make sure that they are doing the right thing. Where energy is there, I'll try to channelize it. That's it. I'm just a medium. यानी वो एक छोटा सा copper wire हूँ, which will, like, वो जो scattered energy है, I'll put it in a organized, focused way, and I'll try to make something beautiful out of it.
Of course, we will take the lessons of the COVID-19. What had happened was people across were becoming social workers and they wanted to do something,
Yes.
but nobody wanted to move out of the house. And the only person who wanted to move out was Gopal. तो जो भी करना है, पेशेंट को कहीं ले जाना है, गोपाल के पास दे दो. अगर खाना कहीं पहुंचाना है, गोपाल के पास दे दो. So Gopal has become a medium through which they had got that trust. So how you are not only a seva bhavi, you are also fearless man. So there's no fear of any sort in you. So how did you gauge or get this fearless attitude in you?
So there was this instance once. The same question was asked by me by one a very close person to me. He's more like a mentor to me. So one fine night, I was going at a patient's place, उनके घर पे to deliver a medicine, and whole of the family was like COVID positive. And I was going there. So he said me कि गोपाल आपको डर नहीं लगता. It was like 12:30 midnight, and I just gave the drop the medicines, and I was on the call with him. I just said, sir, please hold Rako, I'll be back. So I went in, I gave the medicines, and he was listening to whole of the conversation, like how those people were communicating with me. They were scared, and I was like, ठीक है, see, I'm coming to you. There is nothing to worry about. It is not that severe. Yes, you need to take certain precautions, but everything will go well and all. So I was just dropping medicines with them. When I came out, he asked me the same question, डर नहीं लगता कभी? So I was like, sir, कभी गलत काम नहीं किया है. So, like, when you have not done anything wrong, you have this different sense of being within you. You have that universe is supporting you. When you are working with a pure intention, so universe supports you in a way, and it all works out. Everything falls in a place, and nothing goes wrong. So that's what I have learned of this COVID ka experience.
All these things, quotes of your life that you are quoting, these are all what Swami Vivekananda used to do. डर किस बात की जब हमने कोई गलत काम ही नहीं किया है. So anyway, that's a making. The time will show where Gopal stands. I know you are a farm loving person. You are into more into village. You are the rural and the urban connect. You want to do economy building. All these things
Yeah.
are in your working in your mind. Sustainable growth, sustainable development. So what are your future plans, Gopal, that you are looking out for from now?
Yeah. So basically, right now, what I have in my mind is I have a small nation building plan. So all this came up to my mind, like when I used to meditate and all. So I used to write down the points thing. Now when this COVID thing came up, and पहले 3-4 महीना I was for like up to June, I was so busy into those services and all. I had no time, not a single minute time. Now all of a sudden, after July, August, when things, the load was getting, like, everything was settling down, I had some time in a day, an hour or two or three, to think about certain things. So sitting empty was a boring stuff. So I started like recollecting all those stuffs, and I realized that I already have a plan which can, like, help in restructuring this nation and its economy in a way. So I had this nation building ka idea, and connecting rural and urban India, which would give you this Atmanirbhar Bharat is already going on. So this would give you a circular economy, an independent economic platform for rural and urban India. So I have this idea of a perfect kind of a economy which is not only serving the country, but which goes across the globe, and which gives platform to the smallest farmer and the biggest businessman in the nation, and everyone comes on a single platform. So basically what I did in the COVID thing, organizing the energy and channelizing everything on a single platform. Same thing, I have a desire, I have a dream, I have a vision, I would rather say, and a plan to bring everything on a single platform and organize this energy, channelize this energy in a focused way, so that everyone is doing the same thing, but they are doing it in their own dimension, in their own horizon. So yeah, like bringing all these people on a single platform, and doing something which is sustainable and long lasting, which could last a minimum of 100 years. After that you could upgrade it, but it should be sustainable. That's what the idea is.
Wow, wow. So it is organizing and channelizing of energy is very important. Same work being done by many people,
Yes.
if that is all integrated properly, and then if we can do everyone at one go, I think this is a wonderful idea. This is like bringing all rivers together. We had a plan of bringing rivers on this. Still,
Yes.
India government is working on that. Combining all the rivers so that
Yes.
सभी को पानी मिले. तो सभी का जो knowledge bank है हर जगह पर है. सभी लोग सोशल वर्क रहे. If all
हाँ.
people come together, and I think wonders can be done.
Hmm.
Yeah, looking into the number of social organizations in the country, and also social bent of people who want to do good things. And
Yes.
if all these things
Yes.
come together, you can think, you don't know what big thing is going to happen. Uh,
Yes.
so you're at the right place. I think you're the farm loving and building the nation is a right attitude. And this attitude to get for a student is not that easy. So which you got it at a very young age. I'm sure the history will talk about Gopal when the better things are certainly in in the place. So
Yeah.
how do you find the right person in your life, Gopal, or the
Uh,
importance of a right person in life?
So basically, I would say this that there are people in life. You need everyone in life. Basically, there is no bad person, but there is a different perception. So the most important factor in life is the best. It is said that you are what you hang out with, who you hang out with. So you are combination of the five people you are with. That's what the psychology says. So you should be very selective of your close circle. Like you need to share your aims, you need to have some goals. So you need to be very selective while making the squad. As I said, the difference between squad and a team. So when you are making your own squad, you need to like be very selective what kind of aim that person is having, what kind of thought process that person is having. And while making a team, you need to be very open. Like you need to be open for everyone. You need each and every type of person with you, and you have to be with them. So like while making the squad, the most important part is while making the squad, you need to have the person who is focused, who is determined, who is not distracted. It's difficult to find in today's world, but when you start doing something, and there are people who will come up to you, who will be part of your things, that is when you will find someone from in there only. Because when you do some type of activities, when you are into something, only those people who are interested in that kind of things will join you. It is not something like shadi.com kind of a thing, or a social media thing where you find someone and you just gel on with them. It is a pure groundwork kind of a thing where you go there, where you jump, you start doing something, and like-minded people will join you. And of that like-minded person is not there for that one particular activity, but you will find one or two who are there for a long-lasting goals. And then you will find a soul friend who will be like, who is sharing the same kind of energy, who is having same kind of a things, and that's how squads are made.
Great. Finding the right person is very, very important. So I should ask Gopal, did
Yes.
NSS find you or you got into NSS?
It was like a perfect made for each other kind of a combination. So NSS, I found NSS, NSS found me. It was just love at first sight kind of a thing, and it's all working
How
well.
important how important is for one or a student to be part of NSS, and how volunteering helps a student in the overall journey of life?
So the main motto of NSS itself is not me but you. So you should join NSS. A student should join NSS only and only if he is willing to keep himself aside and doing what is needed. So NSS is a very important platform if you are getting right kind of opportunities, if you are giving your 100%. Like if you are actually into serving the society, if you are actually like, there are some instances where you cannot see wrong things going around in the society. You just want to jump in and do something for the society. So NSS is the place, like which is a complete neutral organization. You don't have any political affiliation, you don't have any organizational affiliations. It is a pure platform which is only there for social work, and this is what is going to teach you at some level what bureaucracy is, what serving society is, how getting the things done is important, every aspect. So actually my personality was quite developed in a way after I joined NSS. So now I know how to talk to people, how to get things done, how to organize things. So it is a completely purely system organized organization, which is very a great opportunity for especially us Indians. So I think if you have that power within you, you should join NSS.
Great, great. I think every student who is NSS volunteer will certainly feel proud, because I, for one, could participate in a lot of NSS. This camps which used to happen in different villages. So I have gone there, address students,
Yeah.
where they used
Yeah.
to stay for a week long and do a lot of shramdan and seva.
Yeah.
I think this gives the students to
Yeah.
develop themselves. अगर आपको आपको अपने आप को
Yes.
बनाना है तो एनएसएस ज्वाइन करो. I think
Yes.
students of the NSS, once an NSS, remain all the time a social worker. They always want to, they feel for every individual in the society.
One in one of our events, we had this ex volunteers of our district coordinator joining the events. So there were like 15-20 ex volunteers. They had the same kind of spirit, they had the same kind of discipline, they had the same kind of energy what we volunteers have. And to be very honest, NSS is organization which has the potential to transform this nation. We are like 60 lakh volunteers across the nation. As of now you could say 30 lakh new enrollment happens every year. So like this is a force, this is a manpower which is skilled, which is visionary, which is hardworking, which is energetic, and it has the potential to transform nation in a way if organized and directed and channelized in a right way.
Wow, wonderful. You culminate ideas, you jot down ideas, you meet people, you create leaders, you inspire people. Gopal, you have all those attributes which the best leader should have. I'm sure the vision that you have thought of for building a new India will certainly come true, as your intentions are very clear. When the intentions are clear, and when you are attending towards that, you manifest what you want, you make
Yes.
what you want, and it happens in your life. That's what is important. We found
Yes.
you as an animal lover.
Yeah.
How, of course, Gopal, as such, in fact, if you look into Mahabharata, was of course with, loved cows. So,
Yeah.
this Gopal, how he also turned out to be an animal lover.
So basically, I don't know how, but since my childhood, I used to connect well with the animals. So in Mumbai, we don't have cows. So in Mumbai, we have those dogs and all. So I used to love street dogs since my childhood. So I used to play with them, and I had a different sense of being. Gradually, when I got into this social service and all, and there have been instances like across the society we have people who are working for animal, who are working for poor. So I even came across the people who are like fighting and working for animal rights. So that is when I saw like a very very bad picture of the society. So there are two ways: either you pull the sword out and you go out and fight, or you do what is in your capacity to like be with them, to connect with them, to help them as much as you can. So I just got connected to I get connected to animals way too quickly. Like be it cow, be it dog. There have been instances in national park I even encountered a wild animal which was like somewhere around 2.5 year ago. I was deep into the forest and I encountered an animal. Let's say it was a cheetah kind of a thing. So it was behind the bushes, but I was just sitting there. I was looking at it. It was looking to me. I was so calm down. I was writing my stuffs and it came nowhere from the bushes. It was staring me for like 15-20 minutes. It took a turn and it went away. So like but for that time I felt it was communicating to my soul. So when I'm close to the animal, we don't talk. It is a pure soul to soul connection. So any animal, if you just play, obviously nowadays in our generation there are people who say, oh lulu so cute too and all these things. But actually if you are all by yourself with that animal, you just stand there, you just feel that animal, you just feel the nerve, and you would realize that it is less of an animal and more of a soul which is way more evolved than us. And it is giving some sense of energy, it is giving some sense of comfort which is nowhere to be found. So that's how I get more connected to the animals.
So it again corrects the right chemistry, right understanding, knowing each other, and
Yes.
also your importance of not only finding people, which you said, but importance of connecting to an animal is also very very important.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
Gopal is very good. I think coming to the point of your village development is at one place, building nation is at one place. Uh, Touring around the slums in Mumbai during the COVID
Mm.
19 time, and also as part of your NSS work, what are the important projects that you have done, or what you wish to do for the people around?
So in Mumbai slums, we have carried out medical projects, like medical camps and all. Even on Sunday, we have a medical camp. Uh, in slums, we have given food during this COVID time. We have provided medicines. Right now, I have a vision to develop a CBO toilet with migrant society. So actually, the vision was of migrant society. But I got connected to it in a way, and I have a very much, like, a sense of being that this people actually, which is like, you could say, 50 to 60% of the population of Mumbai is in slums. So they are the most important part of the society, and most of the time they are used by politicians or certain organizations for their own gain. So I have this thing to connect to them, to connect to the youth of the slums. And this CBO could be a place where you need a center in the slum, which is not affiliated to any organization, not religion, not any political party. It is a pure service wala part. So I think these toilets are one of the most purest place where there is no affiliation. So once you get into the slum, you help these people out in keeping their toilet place clean and keep giving them a infrastructure in the toilet, and then you start going around, which is a purely neutral way. You just get this youth in. You have so many opportunities in the slum itself, like waste management, like developing some platforms, some local economics. There have been organizations who are, like, making these sanitary pads for the women, and women themselves are making it, and those are being sold around the slums. So there are many instances where slum plays an important role for the economy as well as the upbringing of the society. Now we can't do that, we can't have this kind of gap in the society where a person living in a comfort zone is getting more comfortable, and person who is suffering more and more. We need to build this gap up, be it today, tomorrow, or someday. And the day we build this gap up, that is when the society will go in a different way. So this is the first step that I would like to take, that is waste management and building up the new toilet wala things. So
Fantastic.
right now in the CBO toilets, we are providing solar panels, LED lights, and CCTV camera free of cost. This is the phase one. We have 1,112 CBO toilets across Mumbai. So we are planning to cover each and everything. In second phase, once we get permissions from BMC and all, we can go for STP, waste management and all. We can go for community halls as well if the toilet is big enough. We don't touch the structure, we do the internal job. So if the toilet is having place and all, we make sure that they have this community place where like teaching things and learning things could happen for the slum people, tuition classes and computer facilities and sewing machines for women and all, or some or the other development programs can be taken there. So that's what the idea is for
Very good,
slum.
very wonderful, very noble, very noble. I'm sure many will come forward and many will support you. Not only that, the people from these slums also will come forward and then see that they will accept this wonderful idea for their overall development of their colony, their community, and development of the society. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Gopal, you with bubbling enthusiasm and lot of ideas. Where do we see Gopal 5 years from now?
5 years
Or
from
what is your goal plan? What do you want to see yourself as in future?
uh, I want to be the way I am. I want to just be a soldier. I just want to be not a warrior, not a great being, but a soldier. From 5 years of now, I see myself as a soldier serving more people, having a more broader ideas. I want to do the same thing for rest of my life. I don't want to, like, upgrade my on this particular this thing. Yeah, the idea would upgrade, the intensity would multiply, but it is more like a spiral. That is what our universe goes in a way. Like, it is a spiral. You just go deeper and deeper and deeper, but the size of that circle goes on increasing. So I want to, like, spread it in a way which is more organized, which is more focused. So for example, we even have city forest initiative. So at my green society, we have already developed 26 city forest. It is a concept. I would give you a small summary of what it is. So Akira Miyawaki was a Japanese botanist. So he developed this method where in 1,000 square feet of land, you plant 300 to 350 local trees which are interdependent, and it becomes like a forest. So what we do in Mumbai is we take a minimum of 4,000 square feet of land. It could be like, it could even go to an acre, but we take 4,000 minimum square feet of land. We plant this indigenous local Indian trees into it, and we let it grow. In a year or so, we find that, the local flora and fauna, the local biodiversity is developing in a way. Birds are coming around, the insects are coming around, the air in that area is improvising. So that is what the focus is. So, like this kind of small initiatives. We even made a seed ball ka world record on 15th of August. So this kind of small initiatives, with this we want to, like, go into each and every segments of the society and make it more pure and beautiful. Right now everything is like not that pure. It is adulterated kind of a thing. It is not organized. So my only plan is, wherever I go, I would organize things, and I'll go to the next thing. I don't want to be the, like, owner of each and everything. I just want to make things right, doing what is needed, and just going to the next thing that is not working around.
In fact, the government is also working in the same line, Gopal. It says that BOT, build, operate, and transfer. Build karo,
Yes.
operate karo, and then hand it over to the people so that it is for the people to hand over. And your city forest concept will work very well. I'm sure there are people who will come forward and help you in this mission. Gopal,
Yes.
it was wonderful to be with you with this chat with Cham show. You want to be what you are. You are already a hero. So I think hero doesn't want to. What will hero want to become? So hero will remain as a hero. But before we go, the youth in this country and the globe are a little confused and in the crossroad, not knowing what to do, where to go. So, from Gopal, what is the advice that you wish to give to the youth?
Basically, first of all, unlearn everything that you have learned. Just empty yourself out. Take a month or two, or whatever it's needed. Just take that time. Unlearn everything that your influences, that society, that people have taught you. Just sit there, be calm, let the ideas, let the thoughts come into your mind, and then just look at the society around you, and you would realize what is needed to be done, and just do what is needed to be done. That's it. You will have more clarity, you will be more focused, and you will be like more energetic. That is when you will realize that this is what I want to do.
Wow, wow. You said it. You said it, Gopal. Wonderful. You look into you and you unlearn. Thoda ruk jao, ठहर jao, and hold on. Wonderful message. It was nice chatting with you, Gopal. And I'm sure our viewers will have got the wonderful message. And meeting you next time will be a great honor to learn many good things from you. We are all here to learn from you. God
No, sir.
bless you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. I would like to learn more from you. You are more experienced than me. I'm really like grateful. I have this opportunity to work with you and give you an idea on longer run, and hope to make this world a more beautiful place with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, viewers, you are watching this wonderful show, Chat with Champ, and Gopal is full of energy, full of energy and enthusiasm. All the e spirits are with him, and he is inspiring many youth in the country. And I'm sure the children in the country should learn the social service from a very, very young age. And I can see wonders happening with people like Gopal and many others, many champions who are going to help the society. Life is beautiful. Unlearn and see that many things are there which we need to learn. Let us all come together. आओ सब मिलके कुछ अच्छा करते हैं